Yo. Checking to make sure this thing is live. Phone is bugging. Say 6 people watching. Salute to all 6 of y'all. Say 6 people watching. 6 of y'all. Why the stream not popping here? Mean Gene, salute. DJ Rome, salute. How it sound out there for y'all? Is it lagging? I know it's a little delay. Triple D, hey, what's up? It's been a minute since I used this, man. I forgot how to use this. Can I refresh from right here? Straight from Jersey, get it. Lou Diamond, salute. Alright, couple people in the building. Alright, what I'm doing today is I'm answering, I got a question on how to chop samples. And instead of me doing a edited video, it's quicker for me to just do a live stream. I'm hoping it's coming out clear. I don't know how clear it is coming out because it's been a minute since I've done this. My setup is different. But I just want to know, is the music coming out clear? Can you hear the drums and stuff? Any one of y'all, just let me know. How about my voice, DJ Rome? Am I lagging? Do I sound robotic? I sound robotic? All right, I'm clear, Lewis Wilson. I bet that up. All right, so I got to keep this this phone because the other chat is not popping for me. All right, so Buddy wanted to know how to basically how to chop samples. So I'm gonna pull in any sample real quick. We'll pull in the sample. Don't really matter which one. I know I like that harsh. All right, so someone wanted to know how to chop the samples, right? So if I could close this damn thing. All right. On the sample. So this is the sample. So the question was how to when you chop the sample is the pads are cutting each other off. So basically, you when you chop the sample, when you're chopping the sample, it's cutting each other off, and that's because the uh, the drum program is set that way. That's what I was trying to explain to him, but it's uh it's difficult sometimes when you explain in via text. I let him know that I was going live. I didn't say his name, so it's not like I'm taking our private conversation public. It's just easier for me to show it this way rather than text message. So go to program edit. The master is set to polyphony. I mean to monolithic, right? So if you press on the pads now, each pad cut each other off. But if you put it on poly, they play over each other. Now, depending on what kind of sample that you're using, is that could get a little sloppy. It could get a little chaotic. So if it's a drum program, I always leave it on mono, and then I mess with the mute groups. But if it's like a sample, sometimes depending on the sample, I would also leave it on mono. So I'm gonna try to record this. Well, I'm gonna play it first and see if I can get it on beat. So it really don't matter how you play it. It's just getting it on time. That was super late. Try to get this on time. Carmack Hausman, salute. I hope it's still sounding clear out there. So that's pretty much when you chopping the sample. Now, if you per se, he said that he had to double the chop sample because it was layered when he was trying to layer the sample. It was cutting each other off. So I'm gonna solo this right quick and try to recreate what he's going through because I think I have an idea of what that is. So wait. Make this a little wider. Pause. What she said, right? So I'm putting some pads over one another, right? All right, this might not be the best example. Hold on. So, all right. So if you had pad 1 going over and pad 2 going over it at the same time, one of these pads is going to cut each other off. Opposed to if you had pad 2 play on the second beat. See what I'm saying? Like you're only hearing one of the shots, but they're both being played at the same time. So that's the issue that I'm pretty sure you're running into. Now, if you go to program edit and you change the master to poly or polyphony, they're both playing at the same time. Now I'm gonna make it dramatic so you can hear the difference. Now pad 2 is being played at a higher pitch, but you're hearing pad 1 and pad 2 at the same time. If I put it back on mono, notice you don't hear the high pitch. Now, if I drag this down here, now that's super. I had to dramatize that so you could get the point, but that's pretty much what it do. So if you're playing the pad over one another, like how I'm doing here, it's going to completely screw everything up. Now I'm undoing, trying to get it back to what it was prior. I think that's all the undos that'll make me undo. Okay. Erase that. All right. So that's pretty much the point. Didi said, can someone give a like? I feel lonely all by myself. Salute, man. Appreciate you. Run a thumbs up if you can. I've been out the live game for a little minute, man. I hope all is well with you all out there that's tuning in live, and anyone that catches this on a rebroadcast. I hope everything is going absolutely well for you. The gentleman whom I was doing this for, I don't see him in the chat. I'm not going to say his name. I let him know that I was going live. But what the other thing that he asked was about the time signature. and the time correct. So the time signature is basically like this. So if you have this sample right here, it's playing on the time correction is playing, or quantizing it is on the 1/16th. So it's on 1/16th note, right? So that's why I had to go back in. If any one of you was paying attention, I went back and I had to slide the MIDI to be on the 1, because it was off time because of the screen capturing, and I'm streaming, so there's a delay, there's a latency. So I could do that again, like this, boom, delete, press record. Now, some of those are off. Some of them are on the 16th note. Some of them are off. So I'll delete it again, and I'll turn off the quantize. I turn off the grid marker, and I'm gonna play it again. So that's my natural timing with the latency of the delay of the live stream. But if you highlight everything and put it on the 16th, the grid comes back on. Forgot what because I don't really use this quantize thing like this. So it's apply. If you apply it, it's Command T. So it snaps to the 1/16th. And that's even more off. Undo that. If I go to 64, Command T. So basically, it's up to you. There's no set rule with this. It's like, if you're gonna do it, just do it. You feel me? This takes into note more with drums. Like if you're chopping your drums, playing out your drums, your hi-hat patterns and stuff like that, some of those things you want to be syncopated. You know, your kick and your snare could be off a little bit. Your hi-hats even can be off a little bit, but those hi-hats is what actually keep the time, the rhythm of the beat, the groove. So, you know, those can be on the money, because that kind of keeps the time. I appreciate you guys' patience out there. Didi, if you're still there, is it still coming in clean, or did I start sounding robotic? Thank you, Didi. DJ Marv, salute. All right, Marv. I'm not sure how much of when you tuned in, what part you tuned in for. You probably missed a lot of it, but you got me here live. So ask me any question you want to ask right now while you got me, and we could take it from there. But I went over the chopping of the sample. So if you didn't catch that and you want me to go back on it, I can. Because again, I'm doing this for you. I didn't let the people know I didn't say your name because you wasn't live. So, you know. But yeah. Let me know. Does the sample automatically match tempo when you load it to the software? Lamar, who's that? Lamar Dozier. Does the sample automatically match the tempo when you load it to the software? No, it does not. So when you load a sample in, like I loaded this sample that you're hearing there. Which one was it again? This one. So when you load it in order for the first time, right? It tells you what the BPM is. This is from CMP. This sample right here is from CMP. This was from sample Spicy Sunday Loops Volume 46. CMP, MG, depending on the creators of the sample, sometimes they tag the sample with the BPM. So if you know what the BPM is good for you. That's you in the right step. But if not, what the MPC software does, it calculates the BPM for you, right? So this is 7250. 7250 times 2 is 145, right? So I'm gonna thing this right quick. I'm gonna clear all of that. I'm gonna go back to trim. And what you want to do, you want to time your sample, right? Sorry, you want to time your samples, and if you know how many beats there is in the sample itself, that helps. This is 8 beats, so it's a 2-bar loop. In double time, that becomes a 4-bar loop. And then when you chop the sample and you go to slice it, go back to this track right here with the samples. When you go to chop the sample and you go to the wave editor, let me see if it does it live. Yeah, it's not doing it live. All right. Make sure you're on all. You hear those gaps that's happening right there. Now if I put this on 145, or was it what it was, 72.5 times 2 it, those gaps are still there, but it's stretching to the time that I have 160 BPM. So it's trying to catch that. And I played this off time. DJ Marv, you said so, yeah. So what you so one of your questions was about chopping the sample and doing it on time and overlapping the samples, right? So when I find my sample, let's say 32 bars and it's locked, and the time correcting is off, and I lay my drum, snare, and hi-hat, if I hate the time correction at 132, would it put it on time for me? So, all right. So I'm gonna make a copy of this sample. Make a copy of the sequence. All right. So I'm gonna delete these drums. I'm trying to duplicate exactly what you're saying. Find my sample, let's say 32 bars, and it's locked. So imagine this was 32 bars. This is 8 bars. And you're playing on, the time correction is on 32, right? No, sir. So say that was your 32 bars, that your timing was off, you hated it. In order for you to get this on the grid, because it's definitely off the grid times 2 because of the delay latency and because of how I was playing it. So, but the time correction is on 32, right? So if you go to time correct and you hit apply, or you press your hotkeys of command of the Apple button or Command T, it'll snap to the nearest 32 grid, right? Well, it was supposed to snap to the nearest 32 grid. I don't think it did it, or I play it played it on it, so it's already on it. So that's way off, right? So say I go to 16. If you notice, it just shifted. I mean, depending on what you're going for, you could do that. The other thing is that you could hit note repeat on your MPC. And like if you completely on a beginner level, don't be afraid of the note repeat. Like a lot of people tell people don't use note repeat and don't use quantize, but yo, we in 2020, baby. I mean, after you do this, you could then put your swing on. And these aren't the best drums either, but we're gonna work with it. We have to work with it, Father. And then once you got that, you could then say you want the snare drum. How about turn off time correct and put the kick, snare, and hi-hat snap 1. Once you turn the Have Not Art, salute. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, so how about you turn off the time correct? All right, let's do these drums all over. So turn off time correct. If you're on your MPC, you could just hold down note repeat, and whatever time that you're on, it'll be highlighted. You turn it, you just hit it, and it turns it off. All right, so you said turn it off, and then do it. I was completely off. Hold up. All right, so that was complete. All of those was off. You said, and put the kick and snare and hi-hat snap once you turn time correction. All right, so I'd highlight everything and I'd go to, well, first I'd go back to 32, since I don't know why you want 32 beats, but I put it on the time correction on 32nd note. I highlight everything and I press Command T. This is if you're on the computer though. But it's the same if you're on the live. I'm gonna show you how to do that. But I just hit the time correct. I applied it, so now it's now it's on time, or on the 32nd note grid. So I'm gonna undo that so you can hear the difference. This is what I did off the no quantize on. Right, and then this is with the quantize. So it's a subtle difference, but it's you know, my timing is impeccable sometimes. Illinois, salute. Yeah, we out here. This was an impromptu joint. I wanted to help the brother Marv out. And so this one was for him directly. So you heard that? You heard how it snapped it to the grid? Hey, you the man, DJ Marv. Appreciate you. So yeah, that was pretty much it. So I know you missed the part about the sample, so I'm gonna go back to that real quick. And for all of you, everyone else in the building, salute to DJ Marv. But if you already advanced at this, you know, not everyone is you know in advanced mode. Some people is still gathering their skills, if you will. All right, so let me go back to the sample. I'm gonna delete it. Those drums is horrible, but so you were saying that when you chop your samples, right? When you chop your sample from sample edit, you chop it up, you then make a new program, which is this is the program here, right? When you chop it and you're playing it out, you're having the issue where, just draw it in, it's quicker. You're having the issue where pad 1 and pad 2 overlaps each other, right? So pad 1 and pad 2 is overlapping, right? Let me solo this. All right, so that's pad 1, that's pad 2, is overlapping. You go to program edit, and if you notice in program edit underneath master polyphony, there's mono, and then there's poly, and then you can put it on the group that you want it to be on, from 2 to 10, 11 to 20, so on and so forth. Generally, you stay with mono or poly. If you're on drums, it'll be on mono. If you got a sample-based thing such as this, it can be on poly, but because this is a sample, I would keep it on mono. And I'm gonna show you why. So pad 2 I'm going to you hear pad 2 is playing, right? But it's on mono. But I got both of them playing, right? So now I'm gonna put it on poly. Oh, my bad. I'm like, why is it doing this? All right, so I gotta keep it on current. All right, so now let's do that again. This is pad 2. All right, let's undo that. Why is it not doing it? So you notice how you're not hearing the high pitch one, right? So now if I put it on poly, you notice how you hear both of them. Now, for instance, if you were chopping your samples and you were layering your samples like this, you was laying your pads, you won't never hear it. But this is the thing about poly, that it's on poly right now. I'm gonna put it back on mono. If so, pad 1 hits on the 1 and pad 2 hits on the 3. Let's bring it back a little closer. So imagine that was all 16 pads. That's how you're supposed to play your pads out when you're on the MPC. When you're on the MPC, you're chopping up your samples. Let me make sure I bring this back to its normal. Its normal. See. Right? You just go up the pads. Or you play however you want to play it. You play it in the pattern that you want to play it in. Right? But for drum programs, you definitely want to keep it in mono. And we could get into mute groups and all that at a later time, but that's pretty much that, man. So I covered your time correction. I covered the samples overlapping, making you think that you need to create a new sample. I mean, yeah, a new drum program, copying the drum program. You can do that, but if you have all your chops in this program, you don't need to make another program. It's just how you play it. We went over the samples, we went over the drums, the time correct. Is there anything else you need from me, sir? You got me here. I'm getting ready to close out. I think I've been on here for like an hour. Mr. Black Max, salute. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me see how long I've been on here. I think it's been an hour. Oh, it's not telling me. Salute to all 15 of you showing up. Been 46 minutes. We going on an hour. What you show us today? What you show us today? Nah, I'm going back to teach myself. Thank you for what you showing us today. All right, that's what's up, DJ Marv. I appreciate the challenge. For any of you that are still in your beginner stage, I do consultations if you need them. So you could holler at me if you need those. I got you. But for all of us that's on our advanced, I got y'all too. I got a video supposed to be uploading later on this afternoon. I don't remember which one it is. I could tell you. I could show you better than I could tell you. Hold on. Since we promoting. What is it? Hold on. What's today's date? Today the 5th. Man, I got so much work, man. It's crazy. All right, yeah. The MPC key groups. How to set up your MPC key groups with one shots. I got a video scheduled to release later on this evening. It's a late one. For all my Cali heads, my people out in Cali, West Coast. So that'll be like 4 PM for them. So yeah, if you want to know how to set up your key groups with one shots, tune into that. There is some technical things with the MPC 2.7 with some bugs as far as the time warp is concerned, as far as the algorithm for the time stretch is concerned, and I got some videos coming up on that. But yeah, man. Any comments or concerns, posted up in the comment section once this posts on for the rebroadcast. Please visit the link in the description, any one of them. Help me help my daughter have a successful cookie season. The link to that is in the description. Kai's Cookies link. Girl Scouts of America. She out here knocking on doors, and I'm knocking on screens out here. I'm knocking on your screen like, yo, support the kid. Nah, I appreciate y'all, man. But if any of you that are alive don't have any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Illinois salute, DJ Marv, Lamar Dozier, Carmack Hausman, Triple D, Lewis Wilson, DJ Rome, Mean Gene, salute Mean Gene. It's about that. Oh, and Mr. Black, salute. Appreciate y'all, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Since y'all don't got any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. DJ Marv, make sure you tap in, and just utilize the skills. And for any one of you that's watching this, you could go to the home screen. Let me show y'all real quick. You can go to the home screen, right? Oh, bow, there it is. They say I'm live. Come on, this thing is moving crazy. So you go to my home channel. I'm gonna check out your expansions. No doubt, Mr. Black Matt. I appreciate that. The link to that should be in the description. If it's not in the description of this video, I will post it there. But it's in my other joints. What am I doing? What am I doing? Where am I going? This thing moving crazy. All right, so this magnifying glass right here, you can just type in anything, drums, and it takes you to any video that I did regarding drums. Now, it might not be the specific question that you wanting to know, but the specific question that you want to know, type it in, and things will pop. I also have the playlist. The playlists are here. Like if you were a beginner, I made one for beginners, MPC basics for beginners. There's like 19 videos in here. So I'm pretty sure what I went over today is in here somewhere, And forgive me, because my old videos, I wasn't titling them specifically for certain things. So it might be dope sample flip. Then I go into what I just displayed today. You feel me? They down there, Mr. Black. All right, salute. Hit that like button. Yeah, thumb it up. Run the thumbs up. Tony Williams, why you retracted your statement, sir? Or ma'am, because your name is spelled Toney. Why'd you retract? Oh, need to holler at you about some things on the MPC Live. I just got it. All right, salute, Tony. Holla at me, man. You can IG. You can hit me up on IG, or you could any comments directly. You could post up your question in the comment section under this video, and I'll get at you. But like I was saying, you can hit up my playlist. I got tons of work. MPC key groups, MPC basic for beginners, scalar MPC, unison MIDI. That's like a curse word in the production community. In producers world, that's a curse word. Studio One at MPC workflow, how to set up your firmware for your MPC, how to format your hard drive. Like if you get a hard drive and you want to install it in your MPC Live or your MPC X, I have a video showing you how to set that up. And then I do my stuff. Like I do the Spicy Sundays reviews. I do expansion pack reviews. I do Serato Studio videos. I do the most. I'm that boy that they be going through my playlist and searching my channel for things to redo and remix and remix. Yo, but that's pretty much it, man. Do remember that music is life. It is our DNA. Keep banging. Peace, love, and light. I am BK. This was another banger for the homie DJ Maul. Love and light, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace. Mr. Black Max say you motivate me to find my own lane. You already schniggity. You already snow. Peace, Mixman29. You late, but thank you for joining in. Illinois. Peace. DJ Marv 1. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. Peace.